All right, guys, I cannot wait to take a few minutes with you guys today to break down Napoleon Hill's epic 5-step process to building self-confidence, guys. It is one of the smartest, most practical, easy ways to build self-confidence. So, in Napoleon Hill, just in case you don't remember, when he wrote the book Think and Grow Rich over almost 100 years ago now. I don't remember when it first came out, but I think it was the 30s, so maybe just under 100 years ago. He had spent 20 years interviewing 500 of the world's most successful people. And when he interviewed all these people, he found that they had 13 core characteristics in common. And we're going to break down some of the characteristics around how do you build unshakable self-confidence. Because in today's world, especially in the midst of uncertainty, those with confidence are able to chart and create their own path. So that's what we're going to tackle. And I know sometimes our confidence can get rattled when things go wrong, when things are thrown off in terms of our trajectory. We can lose our self-confidence for a moment or a long time. And if you've lost your self-confidence, practice these 5 things I'm about to break down and promise you will start to regain and rebuild confidence, and will start gaining more and more momentum. And that's what we need, right? So here's the first step. You must know that you have the ability to achieve the object of your definite purpose, meaning know what your definite purpose is, and then demand persistent, continuous action towards its attainment. So the first step is really wherever you're going, demand persistent, continuous action, because what will happen is then you will gain momentum, you will gain confidence, you will gain a pathway. And when you have that internal discipline of you're putting in the work, you're putting in the effort, you're moving towards that definite aim, guess what? Your confidence builds. Because you're like, hey, I'm figuring this out. I'm getting a little bit better every day. My friend Tommy Baker wrote the book, The 1% Rule, which is like just get a little bit better, 1% better every single day. Tony Robbins, when he was coaching the Los Angeles Lakers in the early 1980s, and Pat Riley had brought him in to coach like Magic Johnson, all these other guys. Pat was like, hey, we're going to get 10% better. They had just lost in the NBA Finals the year before, and we're going to get so much better. And we're going to get, it was almost unattainable. But Tony said, hey, you know what? Let's just go 1% better. 1% better, because they had almost won the championship the year before. If we get 1% better, we will win. So guess what? They did that. They focused on that 1%, and they broke it down, and they made progress every single day. Persistent, continuous action. So again, that's step 1. Make persistent, continuous action towards your definite aim. Guess what? They won the NBA championship for the first time. Magic and crew won their first championship that year. Second, here's the second step. Realize the dominating thoughts of your mind will eventually produce themselves in outward expression. So you've got to cleanse, get rid of, detoxify the negative thoughts. That's why things like meditation are so important. That's why letting go of all those sabotaging thoughts, because they're going to transform themselves into a physical reality. So rewrite your dominating thoughts, replace them, let go. You can literally say, I release these negative thoughts. I release these sabotaging thoughts. And then I believe and I anchor, and that's why affirmations, that's why meditation, that's why reading daily, high performers, they consistently are learning every single day. And they start their day off usually with some sort of learning and filling their mind, filling their bucket with something that will give them fuel in whatever they're creating. Then the third thing, all right, knowing that all these thoughts, your persistent thoughts, will seek expression, okay? They will seek expression. So that's why on the third step, you want to spend 10 minutes a day visualizing, meditating, anchoring in the core desire of how you want to show up, the core desire of how you want to be, the core desire of who you really are at your best. So you want to anchor that into a deep visualization every day. So spend 10 minutes closing your eyes, put on some music, some non-vocal music, meditate, feel into it, even write your own meditation, speak your own meditation and record it. and then listen to it again and again and again. Okay? Fourth, have a clear written description of your definite chief aim in life, and then never stop trying until you attain it. You know what's going to happen is it's going to be like this. It's going to be up, and it's going to be down, and it's going to be up, and it's going to be down, until finally you break through that invisible ceiling. And then what happens? You bust through that invisible ceiling that was right here. Now that old ceiling becomes your new floor. All right, so your old ceiling becomes your new floor. You bounce up and down off of this, and then you have another ceiling that you eventually break through if you persist and anchor and pursue a new identity. So know that that old ceiling can be shattered. You want to look at, how do I shatter that old ceiling? How do I move through that old ceiling, right? And then fifth, this one's really important. Realize that no wealth or position that you seek can be built on anything other than truth and justice. So anything that you offer to the world, make sure that it has benefit to all that engage, all that buyers are engage in your products or your services. Make sure it has value. All right. So that's just a fundamental piece of integrity there. When you embrace all 5 of these steps, promise you guys, beautiful, epic things will happen in your confidence, and your confidence will build. Because here's the deal. I'm going to break down the 5 C's real quick. Here's the 5 C's that are related to the self-confidence formula. First, you get clarity. That's why Napoleon Hill and others talk about, man, you got to be so specific. Get clarity on your goals. Second, you want to, so clarity leads to more conviction. When you have more conviction, guess what? You act differently. You act with greater conviction. You show up differently. You share your power and your strength because you're leading and speaking with greater conviction. And the third thing, you show up with more confidence. When you have more conviction, you are showing up with more confidence, which leads to you're going to show up with more courage. More courage. As your courage expands, guess what? Your commitment level expands. Now you are expanding in all capacities, and now the cycle repeats. Clarity, conviction, confidence, courage, and commitment. So I would love to know, how is this resonating with you guys? And give me some comments below. I want to see how this resonates. Give me a like, share it out. You know, all those goodies. Would love to see how this resonates and what else you would like to know about building unshakable self-confidence. Speaking of, one last hack. This is called bonus hack. Bonus hack number 6, not in Napoleon Hill's program, but it's called the alter ego. And I have it broken down in my Claim Your Power process on my YouTube channel. But when you anchor in, if you lack confidence, then I want you to start imagining yourself as someone who has unshakable confidence. Like walk and talk and think and imagine how they would be showing up in your life after you get anchored into them. You know, so Michael Jordan, hey, that guy had unshakable self-confidence. So figure out, like, how do you get that confidence anchored into your day, your work, your home life, whatever it may be. And you want to just imagine walking through your day, being that person. And then guess what? You're going to start, you just created a stretch point. You're tapping into the neuroplasticity of your brain, the ability to stretch to a new identity, stretch to a new pathway. And then we'll come back. And now you've got a real capacity to step into your higher level self. Hope that's helpful, guys. Would love to know more how this is resonating with you. And have a beautiful, beautiful day.